BMW X5 a formidable foe 4 times in a row. It is a war out there. Not the war of the worlds, but a war among SUVs, big ones, fast ones, mean ones and appealing ones. The escalating conflict in the world of SUVs did bring exceptional weaponry to the market playground. No one can argue with the mercenary nature that the likes of the Audi Q7, the Porsche Cayenne, the Mercedes-Benz GLE or the BMW X5 wreak upon us. They are all good. Perhaps not in a nice or a polite way, but certainly in a firm, tenacious, and tough way. They are badass, dominating streets, embellishing house driveways, and providing a majority of that important surplus at the bottom of manufacturers' balance sheets. And the BMW X5 may well be the best of them all. Since its inception back in 2000, the Bavarian giant has delivered 2.2 million units worldwide. Now, in its fourth generation, the 2019 BMW X5 faces its toughest test, the onslaught of exceptionality, a whole guard of premium manufacturers unleashed to the streets. This is how the 2019 BMW X5 prepared to fare the fight. What is new style-wise for the 2019 BMW X5? The new BMW X5 experienced the biggest evolutionary styling step of all X5s than came before it. The new BMW X5 experienced the biggest evolutionary styling step of all X5s than came before it. Engineers made it a bit longer, a bit wider and, interestingly enough, a bit higher. Unlike Audi, who shrunk the Q7, fine, shrunk might be a harsh term for only 1.3 inches. BMW added 1.4 inches in length, 1.25 inches in width and 0.43 inches in ground clearance. Moving with the times, some would say. However, despite almost being the same as its biggest competitor in terms of size, the Q7, BMW designers had the freedom to seriously reshape the BMW X5. Have no doubt, the new X5 has the biggest kidney grille ever installed on a BMW car. More importantly, this kidney grille is actually a single piece. Chrome surroundings which link the kidneys in the middle showcase that designers must have struggled to reimagine what is essentially a BMW signature styling cue. They were subtle but firm at the same time. While massive, the grille is actually quite intelligent. It's an active piece which dramatically improves aerodynamic efficiency. While the science behind the new BMW X5 styling certainly is amazing, this type of a vehicle has to manifest some stylistic sophistication. The BMW X5 has a drag coefficient of 0.31 cd. FYI, the recently unveiled Audi Q8 goes around with 0.34 cd. While the science behind the new BMW X5 styling certainly is amazing, this type of a vehicle has to manifest some stylistic sophistication. Ravishingly styled, the new X5 gives us a lot of firsts for a BMW. Aside from the connected kidney grille, the BMW X5 features a muscular shoulder crease starting somewhere in the middle of the rear doors and elegantly linking them with the redesigned rear lights. The rear end may be the most luscious of all. The lights are definitely unlike anything we have seen on BMW sedans or some of the other X cars. Looking at the split tailgate, now richly festooned with chubbier lights and a more prominent spoiler, one might think that the rear end of the new X5 is the most unique design trait of the new car. BMW did it for a reason. The rear end may be the most luscious of all. They are on a mission to introduce us to a whole new generation of styling language for their X cars. The BMW X5 embodies the origins of the BMW X family and, in its fourth generation, sends out its most powerful message yet in terms of presence and modernity, says Adrian van Hooijdonk, Senior Vice President BMW Group Design. It defines a new X design language, robust, clear and precise. 2019 BMW X5 and Smart Tech. One of the main concerns of the development team were improvements in the comfort department. Growing in size did provide a bit more room for ergonomists to play with, thus granting passengers a bit more room for their knees, shoulders, and head. Nevertheless, the most incredible fact is that the 2019 BMW X5 boot size remained the same as before, at 645 liters. However, third-row seat passengers will be grateful as added inches apparently went into giving them more space. Coupled with an all-new architecture and 33% stiffer body, the X5 surged further into the future, giving passengers that added sense of safety, robustness, and quality. Something premium manufacturers do really well. BMW X5 furthers that cause. We've built on the X5's dynamic qualities with the inclusion of developments such as integral active steering and the latest version of dynamic drive active roll stabilization, but we've also added an extra layer of luxury and comfort that we think will provide the new model with more appeal than ever, says Johann Kistler, product development leader. And you should listen to Mr. Kistler. This guy led the development of the newest BMW 5 Series, possibly the best 5 Series ever. With his vision of intertwining the driving dynamics and exceptional comfort, the new X5 received a number of important traits, including rear-biased all-wheel drive system, electronic differential lock at the back, adaptive dampers standard, active steering, adaptive M suspension, 4-zone air conditioning system, panoramic glass roof 30% larger than before, ambient air package, optional Bowers & Wilkins Diamond surround sound system with 20 speakers, optional 2-axle air suspension, really smart tech. The driver, as well as all other occupants, will have access to some of the most magical tech features of today, taking into account that we are talking about the BMW X flagship, at least until the new X7 appears due in November. The X5 ought to provide something innovative, if not revolutionary per se, to the world. In that regard, one need to look no further than the advanced infotainment system and the arrangement of the inside. With two massive displays, the center one at 12.3 inches in size, featuring BMW's new ID.7 operating system, the driver, as well as all other occupants, will have access to some of the most magical tech features of today. ID.7 supports conversational speech recognition control, gesture control, a touch control rear seat entertainment system. This advanced operating system supports the so-called digital key with near-field communication (NFC) technology. In short, you will be able to lock and unlock the X5 using a smartphone. Some other notable innovations include laser light option like on the 7 Series, which dramatically improves high beam lights compared with the standard LEDs. They can apparently cover up to 500 meters, traffic jam assist, which is basically a semi-autonomous function. This technology works with emergency stop assistant, lane change assistant and a number of different sensors and radars which manage the X5 steering, acceleration and deceleration, and shield the driver from unnecessary traffic jam stress. Off-road package. For the first time ever, BMW prepared something called the off-road package for an X-branded SUV. For the first time ever, BMW prepared something called the off-road package for an X-branded SUV. It is an important addition which, upon selection, transforms the rather formidable highway cruiser into something you would not think twice about dirtying up. The driver can opt for 4 driving modes: X Sand, X Rock, X Snow and X Gravel, all of which affect some features of the X5. More importantly, the off-road package will give us a differential lock, and rugged underguard elements at the front and rear of the vehicle, along with the 2-axle air suspension. Heck, BMW even prepared special graphics on the displays for cars which have the off-road package. Don't want to miss that. 2019 BMW X5 engines and performance. While Audi prepared that astonishing V8 diesel for the Q7, BMW did not go V8 on its diesels. While Audi prepared that astonishing V8 diesel for the Q7, BMW did not go V8 on its diesels. However, for the top-notch model, the X5 M50D, BMW went a step further with a quartet of turbochargers, increasing the power of the 3.0-liter diesel to an astonishing 395 horsepower and 561 pound-feet of torque. Europeans will be able to enjoy the other diesel engine too, the X5 xDrive 30D. This will be the best seller there with 261 horsepower and 461 pound-feet of torque. More importantly, however, the BMW X5 xDrive 50i comes with a V8 turbocharged unit, moves around with 462 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. Enough to launch the X5 to 62 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds. Finally, the X5 xDrive 40i, with 340 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque, is an eager runner too. In this case, it will take only 5.5 seconds to crack 62 miles per hour. Conclusion: some consider the new BMW 5 Series the best 5 Series to date. Similarly, I am quite sure that the new BMW X5 is the best X5 to date. Considering BMW enriched it with advanced tech from the likes of the 7 Series, composure of the 5 Series and driving aids found in deep part bins of Quant family tech treasury, the X5 not only looks more refined than ever but also feels upscale. A massive price for a car that always was the epitome of premium.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.